Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
It's time. Everybody's here. Hello. Space Squirrel is Laura. Yes. Deborah's here. Yay. Amber's in the house. So's Jenny. So's Flynn. So's June. We're going to have a party here, folks. That's what I know. I'm so glad everybody's here. This week is the Be Strong, Get Strong week. Are you involved in this whole thing? I sure hope so, because we start today. You can go pick up your free guide at savingdinner.com/strong. It's free for right now. That might change. I'm just letting you know. Might want to go get it. Hi, Tanya. I'm so glad you're here. Beth is in the house. So's Vanessa. Jennifer, glad to have you aboard. Jackie, Carol, my goodness, look at everybody. It's just like it's Monday. We need to get busy, right? Lizzie, Margarita's in the house. Oh, Lindsay's here too. Hi, Lindsay. Carol, Beverly, Kathy, Andrea, Peggy. She's at work. I'm so glad you're here. She's new. We love new. It's great to be here. Oh my goodness, Angela, it has been a while. It's so good to have you here. Alice, Martha, Margaret, my word. So it's busy. How about this for a quote? Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. I love this quote. Such a good quote. Take that one to heart, y'all. It's a good one. Good one. All right. We have a new supplement of the week. It is our apple cider vinegar. Listen, organic ACV, this stuff is the bomb.com. It is a prebiotic. It helps with digestion, especially with fat digestion. And it really helps to smooth things out a little bit, you know? All kinds of good stuff with organic ACV. Hard to find. And it's even better when it's buy 3 and get 1 free. You can find it at savingdinner.com/show. There you go. savingdinner.com/show. The details are there. It's a click and done, one button in the whole bit. It makes it super easy. You want the quote again? The quote is, courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. And we went really deep and wide on this one. This is all about, remember we talked about the fear fence? And that, you know, if we're going to live in the courage castle, we have to make peace with our fear fence and that it's not as big and overwhelming as we think. That's how that whole thing works. Well, look who just walked in. I love it. Joanna's in the house. Good deal. Julie, hello. Good to have you here. Who else? I see Jeanette. Lizzie's here. Sarah's in the house. How was California, Sarah? There you go. Yeah, we have good fun. So I do want you to check this out because this is something I would not be without, especially any of my digestive gals. This is what you want. Check it out. Buy 3, get 1 free. Good deal. Yeah? Alrighty. I've got a big cup. Look at that. Look how dark it gets. I love it. If you love Earl Grey tea, you will love our Wise Women's tea. It's we have it in the shop. You should get some. So good. Yay, core 4 is important. Yeah, good. Joanne says, me either. AVC all the way, ACV all the way. That's okay. Hi, Maureen, all the way from Australia. Here she is in the house. Joey's here too. Gosh, we really do have a big time. Have you marked your calendars yet? Have you? I want you to mark your calendars. Okay, no, I don't. I want you to instead look at the message that's below me. Okay, Jenny's faster than I am. If you want to send a text message to this phone number, 855-960-3720, send the word join in the message, you will get added to the text message list. Now that's a special list. This is where the best deals go out, the whole 9 yards. You're going to want to get on top of this. Do it right now while you're thinking. The word is join, all in caps, on your message app, and into the contact information, put this phone number, 855-960-3720. When you do that, you're going to get a message back. Respond to it. It's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? Something along those lines. And it's either a yes or a no. It's what we call a double opt-in. All that means is we're just making sure. It's just an extra precaution for you. Hey, Laura, glad you're here. All righty. So that's what I know about that. Casino Royale is March 3rd and 4th. Now, this is a 2-day event with 2 different shows each day at 1 o'clock on the regular time. And then in the evening, we get a little crazy. We're going to be dressing in our best casino. We have a wheel. I've ordered it. It's coming with sparkles and razzle dazzle on it. It's just going to be incredibly safe. Check it out at savingdinner.com/casino, especially the evening ones. Save my seat. It says there right there on the buttons. You want to get your evening seats saved because that's how it works. You can't just go in to Crowdcast. Okay. It's free. It's an event. The prizes are spectacular this year. Okay. savingdinner.com/casino is where you are going to find your reservation thing. So just Friday and Saturday nights, Thursday and Friday nights, Thursday and Friday nights. It is going to be so much fun. Sue says she needs to have that fun. Of course you do. We all do. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. All right. I think that's it. That's all we have. So anyway, this whole week, of course, today's Motivational Monday. You have a job interview. Okay, don't worry. We've got lots and lots of people here who are going to make sure that you get prayed through it, Julie. Don't forget, Thursday at 2 p.m. Julie. Meanwhile, if anybody has a question, don't forget you can send them in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday goes right there in the subject line, and I will answer that for you on Friday's show. How's that? Great deal? I think so. And today, we're going to talk about stress. You know why? Stress is one of those things that it's a killer. It's a this, it's a that. But there's another way to look at stress, and this is going to blow you away. This is one of those. This is when the emoji with the head top gets blown off, because resilience is one of those qualities that we all just need a little bit more of. It is our backbones, after all, right? So when we talk about stress, we always talk about it in stress kills you. It's going to wipe you out. It's going to give you this chronic diseases. It's going to do all these other kind of things. But I've got some a different perspective, a new study that just came out of 30,000 people. Some interesting stuff to talk about with that, especially if you're like me, a little type A. You might get a little stressed out and you're worried, like, I don't want to die. Well, let's talk about it. Stress is responsible for a whole host of things. You know this, right? You've heard headaches, insomnia, panic attacks, even eating disorders, body aches, even shortness of breath. All of these and irregular heartbeats, it's all associated with high levels of stress. But did you know chronic stress can kill your brain cells? As a matter of fact, it shrinks your prefrontal cortex and causes something that causes memory issues and your ability to remember and your ability to learn as well. Those are things that happen with chronic stress, and that is hugely scary. But get this, that's only if you view it as so. It's sort of this whole study reminds me of the first time I read a different study that said that was talking about hydration. And when I found out that everything counts toward hydration and everything that we learn and we're talking about all this water just simply is not the case. The case is for hydration and the liquid it brings in. So in other words, you don't have to drink all that water. You just have to hydrate with water, with tea, with coffee, with mineral water, with whatever. Obviously not alcohol, duh. But anyway, Lincoln, can you just give it a rest? Come on, seriously. You hear him? He's endless. Anyway, sidebar. Anyway, so that blew me away way back when, and I completely changed all my teaching, because the research is showing something different. Well, we talk about chronic stress killing people off and all of that, but the new research shows that if you view it as, yes, it's going to kill me, then yes, it will. Get this. This gal's name is psychologist Kelly McGonigal, and she says we need to make stress our friend based on the new research. Here's what they did. They asked 30,000 people, how stressful is your life? And they rated their lives on how stressful it was. And it ran the gamut, of course, from A to Z. And when the Z people who rated it as highly stressful were the ones that they really kept their eye on. 8 years later, they went back and they looked at the public record rolls of everybody, and 43% of those who answered that they had a very stressful life had died. Isn't that crazy? But that's only if the participants viewed their stress as deadly. Hear me now. This is crazy. Yeah, there is Ellen, exactly. There is a stress talk, a TED talk. I read that. I saw that one. But people who viewed their high stress as not harmful were fine. When they regarded stress as their friend, like this gal says, they had the highest rate of survival overall. Now think about that. Two groups of people, well, there was a lot of groups of people, low stress, medium stress, high stress. But the two groups of the high stress, when they asked the high stress people, how does this make you feel? How do you view it? And they said deadly, this, that, and the other thing. 43% of those people died in 8 years. Okay. This other group who viewed their stress as a good thing, as a tool, had a better, more remarkable outcomes and better health. Doesn't that blow you away? Blew me away. Absolutely blew me away, because I'm always, high stress, type A, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, oh, I got to calm it down, bring it down. But I've always noticed too, that stress is one of the things that moves the deal in my life, helps me to get things done and moves it along. Very interesting, isn't it? So what they concluded is it's stress plus belief equals the result. Equals the result. Fascinating is exactly what it is, June. It blows me away. So here's how the study was really surprising. People who believe stress as enhancing were less depressed and more satisfied with their lives. 2, they had more energy and fewer health problems. And 3, they were happier and more productive at work. High stress people. Now, what they're supposed to be, and what we've always been taught, is that they're headed toward an early grave, right? It's not true. Exactly, Darla. She says stress plus a vibrancy mindset. It's exactly what it is. It's all about the mindset. Now, this study took it even further, because we have, everybody knows this too, that we have it's the fight or flight. Fight or flight was the thing that they measured. The hormone that comes out of fight or flight is cortisol. And when cortisol is high, that's the killer. That's the one that everybody concentrates on. But what they saw is that they measure cortisol after a traumatic event. So let's say somebody was in they were in a car accident or something like that. Check this out. So they're in a car accident and they measure cortisol right after. Those with high cortisol levels and also coping skills did better than those that denied it. That those who said, I'm fine, I'm calm, I'm fine, it's okay, everything's okay. Isn't that interesting as well? Because remember how we talk about fake it till you make it just is total crap? Be it till you see it's a whole different thing. That's exactly what this is. And it's a processing of that hormone. And when you process it, when you get real with it and say, this is what's going on, this is how I feel, that's when you process it and not hold it. Does that make sense? So those who had surges of adrenaline immediately following a huge stressful event recovered way better than those who stayed calm. That's what the research shows. And they also found that those with no stress and a level of joy had a very low level of joy and happiness and had high levels of shame and anger. And again, yeah, exactly, Angela. It is all about perspective. It's all about processing, and it's all about being present with what's going on inside. That's how I look at it anyway. So this study proves that stress is a whole lot more nuanced than we previously thought. On one hand, if it's handled properly and looked at as a tool, this is what the research shows. It can make you smarter, more successful. It can make you live life more meaningfully, and more compassionately, more kind, more empathetic, because you have the capacity for it. And on the other hand, it can cause a downward spiral and bring in health issues, cause feelings of being out of control, helplessness, the whole 9 yards. So the whole difference here, you know what the difference is? It's the mindset that accommodates all of this business. If you have a mindset that says, here comes the stress, I can't handle it, it's too much, it's overwhelming, it's causing all these things, then you're going to have a whole, storm of chemical reactions going on in your body, causing and wreaking havoc. But if you look at it and say, well, here it comes, let's ride this excitement, it's like riding a wave and getting through this particular thing. We can look at it as, okay, we just have to handle this. Let's just go with this. Let's see what this is all about and allow the excitement. I know this sounds really counterintuitive, but this is what the research is saying to help do the work. So resilience is the key word to throwing stress down. And turning it around. So here's how this whole thing works. And I believe, I got 5 things for you, and I think it'll be helpful. So here you go. Here's the first one. Stress is only bad if we see it as bad. Is it a threat, or better, are we being challenged? When you're lifting weights, this is what we call putting stress on the muscle. And what happens to the muscle is you get little tiny microscopic tears, and it stresses the muscle. And it needs to give some time to rest the next day. You don't never lift using the same muscle every day. Why? It needs to heal. And you know what happens? It becomes more resilient. It heals up and grows back stronger. This is how we literally build muscle. But it's also how we build mind muscle over this whole equation of stress. It's a mindset game. Completely, 100% a mindset game. 2 is don't calm down. Instead, embrace the excitement. Eric Barker says, it's not a crisis, it's another cup of coffee. I love the way he looks at that. Instead, and I see it I have this whole surfboard, analogy. I see it as like, here comes the wave. Just get on your board and ride it. Just get in and ride it. It's going to come anyway. What are you going to do with it? Ride that thing. Let it take you to the shore. So number 3 is when we view stress as a helper, these psychological changes that we experience, it adds more nitric oxide into our bodies. You know what that does? Circulation. You know what that does? It goes to your head and enhances those brain synapses that we have in our heads. So we all have them, right? And we want the good ones enhanced, don't we? It's going to help us to create that habit that we want to create, or a certain something that we're trying to do. It connects all the dots. Number 4 is to think strength. Stress hormones can work on your behalf, and ask for the help when you ask them to give you a hand. In other words, when you're aware of something and what's going on in your body, you visualize a little bit to help you along the way. When I'm working out with weights, I'm thinking that my arm is getting stronger. I can feel it doing the work. I'm pleased with myself, and I just kind of go through this whole weird mindset thing. And I think it really helps to experience being present with the activity that I'm doing instead of having this dreadful thing. Instead, embrace and lean into it and enjoy what it's going on. This is the same thing with stress. We start to think, oh, this is going to help me to build strength. Sure. Think about it. We've got a community of people that we can tap into. We have memories of our own where we've had success. We can tap into that and say, yeah, last time I was in this position, I remember this clearly. This is what I did instead, and this is how I got the victory. We need to use those to our advantage. We don't have to always be reinventing the wheel. Look for the next thing and see how that can, the memories that you have and the experiences that you have, and also your community. Who's done this before? Who's experienced this? Who's got an idea? You'd be surprised at how helpful this is. And number 5 is to decide and execute on your goals. Goals push us because it's usually just a little outside of our comfort zone, and they push us beyond our day-to-day to create a mindset that even in times of big stress increases our motivation, our courage, and because how are you going to be there for anyone else if you're not courageous, if you're not motivated, if you're not wanting to help? You can't. So this is why these goals are so important, and this mindset is absolutely crucial for it, and it creates resilience as we look at these stress hormones just to help us out. It still blows me away reading all of this stuff. But we can choose meaning over avoiding is the whole deal. We can choose meaning over avoiding the discomfort of stress challenges to the next level up, because the next level up is resilience. The next level up is having a backbone and staying the course. And we get to do that when we choose meaning out of the stress instead of fretting and making a big stink out of it. We still lean into it a little bit, but look at it and like, okay, so how can I use this to my advantage, right? So we don't want to be coping with harmful avoidance factors, behaviors, anyone, like, I don't know, binge eating or drinking too much booze or binging on TV or whatever. When we do that, we are avoiding these stress hormones 100%. So if you embrace the challenge instead of avoid it, then you are looking at something incredibly different. It no longer is a threat, it's a challenge instead. And that brings out your higher self and your ability to move the needle going the other way in your life. Isn't that crazy? I don't know about you, but I thought that was kind of a cool thing. Who knew stress could be helpful? It just depends on how you view it. It's like anything else, right? Pinkies up if you agree with that one. I sure do. I think that's just awesome, especially if you're high stress. Learn how to harness that stuff. There's energy in there. It's going to change and turn the boat around. I like that. Alrighty. So here's what I have to tell you. We are starting the Get Strong, Be Strong challenge. It is not too late. Go to savingdinner.com/strong, download your guide, print it off, get it, get busy with it, because it is going to be super helpful for you to get strong. There's a big correlation with being strong and feeling strong. I'll tell you, there's nothing like it. All right. See you later. I'll see you tomorrow for Transformational Tuesday. In the meantime, peace be with you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.